Donald Trump just called Baltimore a hellhole and openly floated sending US troops into American cities. His cabinet meeting turned into a spectacle of praise, while real issues like jobs, inflation, and violence on the streets were ignored. Inflation and violence on the streets were ignored.
I'm willing to go to Chicago, which is a big trouble, but we have a governor that refuses to admit he has problems, huge problems. I'm not walking in Baltimore right now. Baltimore is a hellhole.
From Baltimore to Chicago to Los Angeles, Trump says local leaders are failing, and only he can fix crime by deploying the National Guard.
So the line is that I'm a dictator, but I stop crime. So a lot of people say, if that's the case, I'd rather have a dictator. Most people say, if you call him a dictator, then if he stops crime, he can be whatever he wants.
He says he's no dictator, but also says most Americans would accept one if it means stopping crime. That's the new Trump doctrine.
Mr. President, I invite you to see your big, beautiful face on a banner in front of the Department of Labor, because you are really the transformational president of the American worker.
One after another, Trump's cabinet heaped over-the-top praise, even comparing him to leaders of past revolutions.
The country just feels different. It just feels different. There's such a optimism and a love. There's a faith movement going through, especially with our younger Americans. I do believe we're in a revolution. 1776 was the first one. 1863 or so with Abraham Lincoln was the second. This is the third, with Donald Trump leading the way. And we are saving America.
3 hours in the cabinet room. Not about solving America's problems, but about making Donald Trump feel like a king.
I think now he's going to push it to the limit. This was something that was laid out when he ran for president. Advisors around him support it, and we've seen it in many, many ways. But the caution I give Republicans and people who may love everything that Donald Trump is doing is once you let that toothpaste out of the tube, the left is going to be able to use that same expansion of power on policies you don't like when they take back the White House. Once you expand the executive, there's no shrinking that again. And that's what concerns me just as much as what he may be doing in office, but the precedent it sets down the road.
Trump keeps returning to one theme: deploying US troops into American cities. Supporters call it tough on crime. Critics call it a nightmare. This is Trump's America. Loyalty demanded, dissent silenced, and the military waiting at the edge of our own streets. The question is, are Americans ready for this?